Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is something that I have been dying to share with you guys after having an entire month to play around with it. I'm finally going to be doing a full review and demo of the the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics palette. So here is what it looks like. I'm in love with the packaging first and foremost, and then I'm gonna open it up for you guys, and here are all 12 of these beautiful matte shades. And also it comes with a cool full-size mirror, so it's perfect for girls like me who like getting ready on the go. So first things first, I'm going to actually start off with a demo. That way you guys can see how I achieve this eyeshadow look right here. Then I'm going to come back on and let you guys know my thoughts. So if you would like to see a demo of this product and know the pros and cons, then please keep watching. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tapered eyeshadow brush from e.l.f. and I'm going to go into the Urban Decay palette, the very first shade up there, and that's Blow. And this actually has a subtle shimmer to it compared to all the other shadows, which are pure mattes. And I really love this shade for highlighting under my brow bone area. And next I'm taking a different eyeshadow brush from e.l.f. This is just their regular blending blush and brush. I don't know why I said blush. So I'm going in with that light brown shade called Faith, and I'm going to apply this to the entire crease area. And the way that I'm buffing this out, I want it to go really high towards my eyebrow, and this is going to make the overall look a little bit more dramatic. Now, as you can notice, I like to do my eyeshadow always starting from the top and working my way down, usually starting from a lighter shade, building with the darker shades. And I don't know if you can tell in the video, but as I'm picking up product, I'm just taking the tiniest bit, and these are so pigmented that a little bit really goes a long way. Next, I'm taking the same style brush, except this one is a different one because I like to use a clean brush to blend my eyeshadow. And I went in with the shade Nudie, so I'm just really buffing between the crease shadow and the highlight under the brow bone, and just getting rid of all those harsh lines. Next, I'm going in with another clean eyeshadow brush. I'm going in with the shade Extra Bitter, and it's this gorgeous burnt orange with cool brown undertones to it. This is definitely hands down my favorite eyeshadow in the entire palette. I find myself always incorporating this shadow into my overall eye look whenever I'm using this palette, and I'm only applying this to the outer half of my crease, and then I'm just going to lightly buff that out, and this way it keeps the drama to the outer portion of my eyes. Now I'm going to do a little bit of blending, and I'm going to go back in with the shade Faith, and I'm going to use the same eyeshadow brush that I used Faith with earlier, and I'm just going to blend those two crease colors together. Next, I'm going to go in with this C eyeshadow brush from the brand Coastal Scents, and I'm going to go into the shade Pregame. It's this beautiful yellow matte, and I'm going to apply this all over my lid, and I'm just going to be careful not to overlap with my crease colors. I'm going to go in with that same eyeshadow brush I used for this shade Extra Bitter, and I'm going to go from my outer V and kind of blend that closer to my upper lash line, and this is really going to kind of smoke out the eye a little bit. I'm going to go back to that subtle shimmer shade Blow, sorry, and I'm going to apply that with my ring finger to the inner corner of my eye, and this is just going to be the finishing touch. I went ahead and did my eyeliner and mascara and falsies off camera, but once I had them on, it really pulled the entire look together, and here is the finished result. Okay guys, that is how I achieved this eyeshadow look using the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics palette. Now I'm going to give you guys my overall impressions. First of all, I apologize for the fluctuating lighting in this video. The sun cannot decide if it wants to go away or stay out, so it's probably going to make this video a little bit funky with the different lighting, so please bear with me. So onto the review, I do want to preface this by saying I don't own any matte eyeshadow palettes. So as soon as I found out that Urban Decay was coming out with an Ultimate Basics matte eyeshadow palette, I was so stoked because I'm in love with all of their naked palettes. I only own one, but I have tried out their other palettes and I'm in love. So yeah, I was dying to get my hands on this palette. This does retail for $54, I believe. I ordered this from Ulta.com, and of course I will have a direct link for this listed for you guys down below. So I first of all want to start off with cons, and I really don't have any cons. I do have one kind of complaint a little bit. I'm gonna open this back up for you guys, and you can probably notice here on the top row, there are 3 different nude shades, which are all beautiful. They are fun to play around with, but my skin tone, I'm kind of a medium skin tone. They all kind of look this exact same on me with a little bit of variation. So that is the one complaint I have about this product. For them to put 3 different nudes in here and for them to look the exact same on me, I feel like it was kind of a waste of space for at least 2 of them. I personally think it would have been better to include 2 different colors besides nude, but of course I can't complain too much because the whole point of this eyeshadow palette was inspired by neutral nude tones. So that was my only con, and now moving on to all the pros. The first pro is the formula itself. As soon as I went in with my brush or my fingers to swatch it, I noticed how velvety and creamy and smooth this formula is. Creamy eyeshadow formulas are my favorite to work with. The second thing I love is how pigmented each eyeshadow is. Some are a little bit more pigmented than others, but overall they all have amazing color payoff. For most of these shadows, I just have to dip in with my brush for 1 or 2 very light-handed swipes and even just tapping off the excess. As soon as I start applying it on my lid, I notice that it is very strong right off the bat. So I'm really happy about that because I know that this palette is going to last me a very, very long time. Another thing that I love about these shadows is that I don't get a ton of fallout with these shadows like I do with my Naked 2 palette. Even when I pack on a lot of product onto the brush, I find that it really sticks to my eyelid and it's not super chalky. I was pleasantly surprised that I didn't have to dust away a bunch of residue after I applied my eyeshadow. Another pro that I'm so in love with is that these shadows are a dream to blend. If you've been following me for a while, you know I like to take my time and blend out my eyeshadows. So when it came to these shadows in particular, I found them so easy to blend. I didn't get a lot of harsh lines like I do with some of my other eyeshadows, so that was definitely a big pro for me. Okay, my last pro for this product was the longevity of these shadows. Now, for the most part, I don't use any eyeshadow primer before I go in and apply my eyeshadow. My eyelids are not super oily, so I can get away with my eyeshadow lasting several hours without having to apply eye primer. But with these shadows, I recall on 2 different days applying these eyeshadows at like 9 o'clock in the morning, and I wore them all the way till midnight that night. So that was more than 12 hours. Of course, it doesn't look exactly perfect like when you first apply it, but compared to most every eyeshadow that I've ever tried, this bad boy stays put on your eyes. So yeah, those are all my pros for the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics palette. I hope that this was informative to you guys, especially those of you who have been kind of curious about this palette and it's on your wish list. I promise you guys, you will not be disappointed. It is worth every penny. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Stay tuned for more looks I will be creating with this palette for the fall, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!